what will be a great outcome of this podcast is if we can get church leaders to, I think, not be afraid of
Yeah.
technology, right? And maybe even get to the next stage, embrace. So we might have to deal with some fear issues, and then we want
Yep.
you to embrace the tech, right? That is going to be kind of one of our goals here, I think,
Yeah.
for our
Well,
audience.
and maybe I think, yeah, absolutely. Like educate church leaders on technology, talk about maybe some current and future things that are
Yep.
coming, things that you're maybe hearing in the news, or when you're that pastor that's reading reading up on what's going on in the world, you're hearing about metaverse and crypto and a
Yep.
bunch of stuff, right? Like we'll kind of
Yep.
get into those topics, but maybe we can talk about a little bit just like what is church tech?
Yeah.
Like why is that even a topic
Right.
that makes sense to talk about?
Yeah, yeah. Look, obviously, when you look at applications that are, built and put on computers, those applications essentially take complex things and make them easier, and they provide you a platform to do things at scale that you couldn't do, with pieces of paper, right? So,
Hmm.
all church technology is, in my mind, is utilizing computer chips and speed and silicon to make tasks easier. So ultimately, and especially if they're administrative, right? Because a lot of admin goes into the life of church volunteers and church leadership. So we
Right.
can make that easier and scale that to be so much faster by using the tech, so they can actually do ministry, like be with people, prepare sermons, teach kids Sunday school. Like that's what church leaders should be doing.
Right.
In my mind, what we do is we build technology to take care of the mundane things that, but we can also make it fun and solve other problems. But
Yeah.
in my head, that's what it is.
Well, absolutely. And I just think like we all know there's technology in the world, right? Like there's technology
It's
going
everywhere.
back to, I don't even know when the first bit of technology was developed,
Yeah.
the wheel. I don't know.
Yeah.
like like technology just keeps evolving and has evolved year by year. And you think about
Right.
a church and you go, okay, like a church is a very unique thing, right? So I'm
Mhm.
not building software for the business, like
Right.
some business that sells something on the internet or has a
Yep.
manufacturing plant or what, like there's all kinds of businesses in the world. Like a church is a very unique thing and
Right.
like does specific types of things that other entities like businesses and nonprofits may not do the same, right? So
Right.
I think about like church technology is really like thinking about technology from the lens of the local church. Like, how do you
Yeah.
build the tools that those pastors and volunteers and other church leaders, from the accounting folks to the, pastoral care folks to the worship team, like all the
Yeah.
volunteers that come across all those different parts of the church to the executive staff, like they all do things that technology can make better,
Right.
not the care of people per se, right? Like that's the people thing. The church is not
Right.
that, but there's technology that can make things more efficient, things faster, things easier to do.
Hmm.
Computers are great at, these basic things. So, you
Right.
know,
100%. And then, the last 10 years, pushing all of what was on a desktop or then into a laptop is now in your pocket on the
yeah,
phone. And so
right.
I think our big passion is how do we take that technology that used to live on a desktop, or a personal computer, and how do we make that mobile friendly in a way that takes it to the next level,
Right.
makes it easier, faster, simpler, beautiful, like all the things that we like to do when we build products,
Yeah.
and just lead with mobile, right?
Right.
That's if you think about iterations of technology in a secular sense, it's the same in the church, right? Or it should be.
Hmm.
We should be keeping pace. Maybe we should even lead. Where you think of all this back office stuff that used to happen on mainframes, and then it got smaller and smaller, and now it's all in your hand. So that's we're passionate about that too.